Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. Today is September the 30th. I'm going to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into the screen. I'm a bit delayed today, but I'm excited to still do it for you. Unity in all our affairs. What we learn about unity in NA helps us to figure out how to be members of our families, members of our communities, members of a team at work or at play. Living Clean, Chapter 1, Desperation to Passion. Before coming to NA, many of us had little experience with fitting in. We felt like extraterrestrial visitors and rarely believed that we belonged. We had a creeping feeling that we were imposters and lived in fear of others finding out that we were hiding behind a front. Excuse me. This sense of loneliness and distrust made early recovery difficult. We wanted what NA members had, but couldn't open up long enough to let anyone in. We had to start somewhere, so we tested the wisdom of that advice we'd learned by joining home groups. Soon we found ourselves with service positions and sponsors. We began to feel a part of the fellowship more often than not. Even when our sense or belonging shifts, we find that we're often doing better than we are feeling. We remain works in progress. By participating in our recovery, we learn to participate in life. We start talking to our families. We stick with a job long enough to get to know people and even let them get to know us. Thanks to NA and our experiences in the rooms, many of us have been able to reconcile with our families, serve our communities, and enjoy life. Our lives are transformed. We find fulfillment and purpose as we contribute to unity in all areas of our lives. On most days, we feel whole. I will continue to walk through my fears and join in when it seems right. I will continue to open up and give back so that I can be a part of something bigger than myself. Unity in all our affairs. I love that because we always talk about step 12. We will take these spiritual principles and apply them in all our affairs. And one of them is unity. But if you don't ever get to tradition one and talk about tradition one, um, then you may not be very familiar with how Narcotics Anonymous uses or interprets unity. One of the things that is important for us to know is that as we come into the program of Narcotics Anonymous, we always say we're not brimming with, joy and hope and optimism, right? But when we start working our program, things begin to change for us. And as things begin to change, we learn that, okay, the group has a certain way of doing certain things and it's autonomous. And so there's this autonomy that takes place. So each group is able to determine what type of format they want to use for their meetings. And that's what makes it so exciting, right? And we learn that the traditions guide the group and the steps guide the individual, and the 12 concepts of service guide those that are doing service work, right? 12, 12, and 12. And now all of a sudden, we're learning to listen to other people talk without interrupting, and we're learning to listen to other people that are talking or sharing in the meeting without interjecting what we think as they're talking. We learn some manners in here. And so now when we're sitting with our family having a conversation and we realize that we don't necessarily agree with cousin so and so on what she just said, but we have the tolerance and the ability to actually hear her out without cutting her off. That's what this is talking about. Unity in all our affairs. We can agree to disagree, right? We're learning in Narcotics Anonymous, and I tell people this all the time. This is your training ground. You come in here and you learn how to work your relationships, how to be involved in service work, and then you'll be amazed. Those principles are applicable in every area of your life. You're able to go out and work jobs and listen to people at the staff meeting that you may not necessarily care for, but they have a point of view as you do, and their point of view, is as important as yours. So hopefully that helps you. I hope that you understand what it means when it says that through the unity in NA, we figure out how to be members of our families, members of communities, and members of team and at work or play. Are you? Are you able to say that's you? And if you're not, today I want to encourage you to do so. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed your company, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.